Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix those things together. Guys, this terrorist meets cartel meets violence, shooting at our people, shooting at their people. This thing is escalating extremely quickly. Let me just give you a quick, high-level synopsis of what we're about to talk about. We're about to talk about privatization of the military, United States military planes that are going over the entire Mexican airspace with authority to look at cartel stuff, assumed. And then we're talking about the return of privateering. Oh, you guys are going to love this one. Make sure you send this bad boy out. You like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, because when you guys do that, it spreads the message of freedom across this fruited plain. Because, wow. All right, let's dive right into it, guys, because, sometimes I can try to build it up. I don't even need to try to build this up. This is absolutely... Woo. All right, so here's the first thing. Here's where we've been. I've told you in a previous video about a week and a half ago that they were shooting at our border patrol. We covered that we were shooting back. Yeah, pew, 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 pew. Got it. Check. Now, this one I covered last night, or the night before. If you do not recall, this is the video where we were talking about they were allowed and basically given permission on the cartel side by the bosses to use improvised explosive devices on drones against United States law enforcement personnel like CBP or cops or whatever, right? So that's what we talked about last night, to remind you, or the night before. And then I'm going to show you the new developments, because that is going to make your jaw drop. Watch this.
Also just got our hands on a memo out of the Rio Grande Valley sector that actually says that this is kind of crazy here, that the cartels authorize the use of weaponized drones, explosives against CBP personnel and U.S. law enforcement down there at the southern border. Now, they're actually being encouraged, of course, to remain cognizant and vigilant, but they're also being encouraged to use their long arms, Blake. I have never seen this in a CBP memo before. They say, wear your ballistic gear, yes, but they're telling them, hey, have your long arms. Yes, they are saying, watch out for these weaponized drones. We've seen a lot of infighting with two different factions of the cartel down in Tamaulipas, that is on the south side of the border in the Rio Grande Valley.
Okay, the rest of this you've already seen. The point is, they've given the green light to authorize weaponized IED drones against United States personnel. Okay, that's the bottom line. That's where we were 2 days ago. That back then was crazy. All right, now I made some very interesting statements in the beginning, like letters of marque and privateering. Yeah, watch this. Okay, Trump he gives no Fs. Fs are gone. All right, so this right here, breaking. U.S. Air Force intelligence aircraft have entered Mexican airspace after Mexico agreed to cooperate in fighting the cartels. This is practically unheard of. We have intelligence gathering planes from the military over Mexican airspace, and we're pissed at the cartels? Okay. Pete Hegseth sent a warning to the cartels saying all options are on the table. President Trump demanded 100% operational control of the border, and Hegseth is delivering. Okay, so he's been confirmed under a week. This is what we're talking about right here. Those are the planes that are United States Air Force that are in Mexican airspace observing what's actually happening, again, for that plane and from that guy against the Mexican cartels. Guys, this is becoming a situation. And then, when you keep on going, it just gets more interesting. Just in, Mexican drug lord Ricardo Gonzalez Sauceda, also known as El Ricky, has been arrested in Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, amid Trump's calls for Mexico to take out cartel leaders. Gunfights have reportedly broken out in Nuevo Laredo after the arrest. So now you're getting the cartel bosses arrested by the Mexican government. Okay, again, keep in mind what's happening. You've got basically green light on American law enforcement with IED drones. You have the Secretary of Defense wanting operational security and sending Air Force jets with reconnaissance and all sorts of other things in Mexican airspace per that agreement. And now you've got the Mexicans coming out and actually getting people arrested, like drug lords, like the big guys. Yeah, guys, I'm not so sure that we're playing around anymore. Okay? And if you thought that was crazy, we're just going to keep on going down the crazy train, because this just dropped today as well. Blackwater founder Eric Prince urges Trump to issue letters of marque to U.S. PMCs, private military contractors, so they can fight drug cartels in Mexico and abroad. Okay, let's break down what that means. So, Blackwater and all the other groups that you're out there, you're talking about the private military contractors. They're the ones that are contracted by the military to do the other jobs, right? And some other things. You know how that all works. They're private military contractors. They're made up of military men who basically run out their contract and then they sign up with this one. Okay? When you're talking about a letter of marque, this is where it gets really interesting because you know the difference between the word privateer and pirate? Yeah, that's letters of marque. Let's just crack open the door. Well, look at this. So this is from the National Park Service. This is the source, and everything's always linked, by the way. And you can follow me on X right down there. It's linked as well because that's where the party's at. I'm gonna be honest with you. But anyway, so this is about privateers in the American Revolution, guys. Like when we said 1776, I didn't think we were gonna go this literal. Let me show you what we're talking about here. The Americans responded to the situation with the time-honored practice of privateering, talking about the Revolutionary War and the basically chokehold of the British Navy. American privateering activity during the American Revolution became an industry born of necessity that encouraged patriotic private citizens to harass British ships while risking their lives and resources for financial gain. Again, you know how I said the difference between privateers and pirates is just who signs the paper? Yeah. In a tradition dating back to the Middle Ages, under highly regulated conditions, these documents authorize private parties to attack enemy vessels. Without the documentation, these same activities were considered acts of piracy and subject to prosecution. If a privateer captured an enemy ship, known as a prize, an Admiralty prize court had to approve the seizure. Then, the proceeds from the sale of the prize and its cargo were shared among the owners and crew of the privateer according to a prearranged contract. Okay, now's where it gets interesting. So what this guy is now advocating for, the guy who founded Blackwater, he is now advocating for letters of marque to the PMCs, or the private military contractors, in order to go against these guys and all the stuff that they seize, like the drugs, like the guns, like the cars, like the vehicles, like the houses, like the land, like the planes. All of the assets of the entire drug infrastructure can now be seized and then sold and given to the PMCs. Oh, okay, let's keep going. Because again, guys, this is bananas. And I don't think you're going to see this covered anywhere else. Anyway, let's keep going. Although the documentation is incomplete, about 1,700 letters of marque issued on a per-voyage basis were granted during the American Revolution. Nearly 800 vessels were commissioned as privateers and are credited with capturing or destroying about 600 British ships. Okay, when we said going back to 1776, I mean, damn. Okay, so now, just to recap, we got a guy who has all the power to send a lot of people after a lot of people and claim a lot of stuff, wanting letters of marque, which I just showed you the history, which is firmly rooted in the foundation of our country. And then you've got the head guys of drug cartels getting arrested, and you got the military sending out reconnaissance planes over Mexican airspace. Anybody see what's happening? Holy God. Wow. And that's what I've got for you guys. So let me know what you think. I cannot wait to hear it. And I'm going to see you on the next one. But I thought pirates meeting privateers, meeting PMCs or private military contractors, Pete Hegseth, air superiority and reconnaissance, and the Mexican cartels was a sure winner. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you on the next one.